The Timex Expedition Grid Shock. This is a watch that I had seen for years and always wanted. About 6 months or so ago, I picked one up, and I'm certainly glad I did. An interesting watch with a unique look here. You could see 50 millimeters. But now, if you think about that, that's huge. But most of that's going to be because this watch kind of gives you a landscape portrait, kind of a widescreen view of the watch face. So a lot of that is going to be left to right and not width on your wrist. When you're wearing it, it's going to wear like a 42 to 44 millimeter watch. So not small by any means, but don't be put off by that 50 millimeter face size and think it's just going to be too big. It's like wearing a bracelet or like one of those quarterback play sheets on your wrist where you're looking through the plays. But that has some advantages because of the way it looks, because of the way it reads, and because of the readability of it. So we'll go over some uses for that in a moment. Let's talk about the functions of it. A lot of functions as well. First, you can see supremely readable. The display is right off the bat. So you have day, date. It does keep the year, so you don't have to worry about that day of the week. You're also going to get your 24-hour time, but also your 12-hour if you'd like it as well. There's several functions here. First is going to be your stopwatch, pretty standard for this, all the way out here. You get a timer, which is nice. For a lot of people, that's a must on these digital quartz watches. This one has a timer, and it is a good one. You also are going to have hydration alarm. So you could set this for a time period, 15 minutes, an hour, whatever you want it to be. And after that time period is reached, it'll give you a little buzz, say, hey, listen, take a sip. So I think that that's really cool. So you can keep hydrated with a watch like this. If you're out if you're out working, construction site, you're hiking, whatever you happen to be doing, just sitting at your desk and forgetting to drink water, this is a way to alleviate that. Then you've got 3 alarms as well. 1, 2, 3, that's for daily. You could do weekend. You could do several different things and options with that. And you've got, if you go ahead and click the upper right, you could go through one of 3 time zones. So it's not dual time, it's triple time you can keep track of on your Grid Shock. So some really useful stuff there. 100 meters of water resistance. That beautiful Timex Indiglo, which you cannot beat a lot of times. It's not, if you could see, I'm not going to show a lume shot on this and the Indiglo shot because it kind of warps the view of it. It looks like the whole face lights up, but it really doesn't. In actuality, only the numerals light up, which is cool. It's kind of this through effect that it has with the Indiglo, which just pops up. So all the numbers kind of light up, and the background stays this silver here for the LCD. Really nice. Resin all around. Big strap as well. Yeah, a nice big buckle here. So you want to put it on a formal wrist. I'll show how it looks on my 7-inch wrist. Not bad, but it's close. Understand it's a commitment on the wrist. Understand if you get warm easily, it's covering a lot of surface area on your wrist. So if you're out in the field, if you're out running, hiking, and it's a warm day, you're going to feel that on your wrist. So understand that. But otherwise, I really love the fact that it has this wide landscape view, widescreen view of the face. If you're somebody who drives for a living, if you're on a construction site, if you whatever, you can have this. I was driving today. You can have this at almost any angle. Look at how deep that angle is there and still see the time without any issue. There's benefit to that. If the time matters to you, if seeing it, readability, this is supremely readable from any distance. If you're just looking far out, if you got it off your wrist, off to the side or something like that, and you want to just glance down and you need the time and you don't need to, you can't free up your hand or something like that, this is a watch for you. And I really think it'll hold up. Like I said, 100 meters of water resistance. You're going to get that shock. So it's kind of that G-Shock competitor when it comes to Timex, their version. So there's a lot to like here with that rugged design. Like I said, the dual timers, or the triple time actually, dual mode alarms, lots of different things that you could like with this device, and it'll absolutely hold up as a strong construction. It also has, like a lot of the G-Shocks, that when you take the band off, it's a rugged band. So if you drop it, it's going to take a bulk of that. That's where this part of the shock comes in, the shock absorption of the band. So you're not going to have as much issue there. It's not going to fall flat on the back of the watch and damage something. I like them. I didn't think I would like it at first. It looked interesting. It looked like one of those things that you look at and watch. It seems kind of cool. But in practice, would I actually like it? But I did. Once you put this on your wrist and you just see how nice it is to use, the features, I love that hydration alarm. The readability of it, the Indiglo, that Timex feel, it really has a lot to offer. I've seen these prices vary. Don't pay $120. You know, this comes in a variation of colorways. It comes in a negative display. You can get it in a negative display as well. Don't pay $100. Don't pay $120 or whatever it is. A lot of times, Timex site, you'll see it for $86. Don't pay that. Amazon, I'll put the link in the description. The price varies a lot, but you could pick these up on sales often for about 40 or 50 bucks. And if you're in that $40 price range, $45 price range, and you know you want something that's wide like this on the wrist and you're okay with it on your wrist, this is a great watch to pick up. But be in that price range. And it's not that it's not worth more than that. It's just that you could find it for less that often. That why spend more when you can wait a couple weeks and get it for a reasonable price. And you can pick up something else you like. Pick up another Timex, pick up Casio, pick up another digital watch, something you wear, I don't know, on the weekends when you're not working or you're not out, not hiking, and then you can wear this when it's time to get down to business, because it is really that cool. Like I said, it's a commitment on the wrist. You got to want it, but if you need it, look at that readability from almost any angle. It's incredible what you could see with this watch. I love it. Timex Expedition Grid Shock. If you're put off by this form factor, if you're put off by how big it might be on your wrist, give it a shot. I'm telling you, 7-inch wrist, it's not that bad. It's more the lengthwise, basically, that you're dealing with, basically all the way across your wrist, not necessarily a traditional width on this. So if you're used to a 42 millimeter watch, 43, 44 millimeter on the high side, then you'll be okay. Just understand that you're going 50 millimeters across. So be prepared for something that's like a bracelet or one of those quarterback things on your wrist. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.